typically I always ask Veronica to come up with, a message for the world since she's got this opportunity.
We know that all of you are striving for abundance. You all want, abundance is different for every single one of you. But we'd say it's important while you are pursuing that abundant moment to remember the value of connection, the value of acceptance, the value of knowing who you are as a soul is an abundance that you can't purchase. You can't acquire it. You just have to decide to be it. So we would encourage all of you every day to look around yourself and find one thing that made this particular day a good day. You could have had a terrible day. And everything sort of fell apart. Everything you touched fell apart. But we challenge you, even in those days, find one thing that did go well. Now, you might have to sit there and think, and you might have to search, but you find it. And that's what you attach yourself to. You say, okay, this went well. These other things, not so much. I'm going to let those go, and I'm going to put my focus on the one thing that did go well. And I'm going to use it as a seed, and I'm going to plant it in the garden of my energy and say, this is what I'm keeping from this day. The rest of it kind of blew up, but that's okay. You can let it go. I'm going to take this one seed of one good thing that happened and plant it and I'm going to water it. I'm going to give it energy every day so that it may grow into a beautiful array of flowers or abundant food, whatever. Many times when you're in physical, it's easy to get caught up in the defeat. It's easy to get caught up in, okay, that just blew up. Or this, and a series of events that one after another fall apart. It's kind of like associative reality, like Alan Crawford always says. When that starts happening, you have to stop. Stop, stand still, and go, oh, wait a minute. I know today was, a lot of things didn't go well. But I'm going to find one thing that did. And it could be as simple as your dog greeted you at the door. Hey, you're home. I'm so glad you're home. That is a thing that you can attach to that's positive and use it as a seed in your garden to plant so that you can start bringing forth positive things and not get caught up in the avalanche of negative things. So we encourage all of you and challenge all of you to find one thing every day that's good. One thing that brought a smile to your face. Now, yeah, might have to dig deep on certain days, but we encourage you to dig deep because when you're living your life, the more positive you're focused, the more you decide to say, I'm not going to engage all that negativity. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it's over, thank goodness. I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to find one positive thing to plant in my garden so that I don't continue to bring in all the negativity. Can do it. Even on the worst of days, find one thing.
Thank you, Veronica. So, Veronica, I guess the first part of this, and this is going to be, a couple of questions. Can you say unequivocally, with absolute certainty, that reincarnation is a fact and that it's a choice available to everybody on this planet or on any planet? Is it an absolute certainty? And if so, how do you know?
It is a fact. Reincarnation is a fact. Painted in the cycle of it ourselves. It is something that is offered. Not every energy wishes to come back. Let's say if you're incarnating, you may not want to come back to the earth plane to reincarnate. There's no superior being saying to you, you must do this or you must do that. It is of your design and of your thought process. Reincarnation offers the opportunity to get it right. It's not just a one-shot deal to learn a lesson, evolve, expand, and grow, and evolve to another plane of existence with one life. It doesn't make sense. You need the opportunity to make the mistakes, You need the opportunity to rectify those mistakes. And you need the opportunity to expand your energy incrementally instead of trying to do it all in one big swoop. So we'd say that it is a choice. And there are energies that say, I don't want to do that. You don't have to. There are many other opportunities of evolution available if you so choose to. And again, it's your choice. When you cross over from a life, you're met with your guides. You review the life. You take a look at it. What went good? What didn't go good? What mistakes did you make? And what things did you really make a good decision on? Then you decide, with the help of your guides, what it is you want to do next. Now, you don't blindly just fall into another life. There is a pre-planned idea or a blueprint that you put together when you move into the next experience. And yes, you do often travel in cadres, which are groups of people or groups of energy that travel from life to life to life together. Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 10. It all depends on who makes the choice to be with you in that particular life. The reincarnational cycle offers the opportunity to actually learn a lesson, and if it takes you a while to get the lesson, it offers you the time to do that. Physical life, we realize, isn't for everyone. And there are some who come and try it and go, oh, God, can't do this again. But there are those who do come and say, kind of like it. I've learned a lot, I've gleaned a lot, and I'm going to continue the process because this is a good path for me. But again, it's personal choice. You make the decisions of yay or nay. Now, you can be incarnating over and over and then decide to take a sabbatical for a while. Let's say you get caught up in a loop of, linear participation that isn't going well and you need time to go contemplate it. It's all personal design. There are no set rules. There are no boundaries that you can't cross. And energies from the other side, those who have incarnated themselves and those who have, are there for assistance and guidance and to help you on your journey. So reincarnation is real, believe it or not, but it's there. Not everyone adheres to it, but it's something that does exist.
Okay, Veronica, since you addressed like 10 of my questions that I didn't ask yet, I'm going to move on to a question we received from a man named Kurt Arnold in New Jersey. And he said in his message, which was posted, he said, very insightful, Veronica, what happens when our beloved pets die? Does it matter how they die? Do they have a soul, as you discussed, as with humans?
Yes. All animals have a soul. Now, we realize that there is debate upon that subject, but we will say very firmly they have souls. They are oftentimes way more evolved than most of their human counterparts. We think that when a pet dies, they usually want to get back to their owner, especially if they're close to them, and they also participate in the reincarnational process. So let's say you have a pet dog that you adore. It's almost like a soulmate. And let's say their kidneys, in the linear way, start to fail on them. Now, you're devastated. You don't know what to do about it. And the dog slowly is deteriorating before your eyes, breaking your heart. And the dog does cross. Now, we realize the devastation of that, and the losses, you can't even speak about it sometimes. The loss is so great. But you need to remember that they do reincarnate. And most dogs, cats, and other pets are way more evolved than humans. And they move easily into the afterlife. Now, they might at first enjoy the fact that whatever was ailing them is not ailing them anymore, and may stay in that state for a little bit. But normally, pets do come back to you. They seek opportunity to have another experience with you, especially if they're close to you. We have many who have said to us, well, gee, Veronica, how would I really know if that's my pet Barney? And we say, all of you know your pets. All of you have looked deeply into their eyes many times. You feel their energy. You feel their mannerisms. They have certain quirks about them. Animals are not all homogenous. They all have their distinct personalities, just like humans do. You will know. And we have talked to many, and it's same with the Alan Crawford. He had a cat that returned several times. And he would say things like, oh, well, what's he going to do, walk up the driveway? And the last time, that's exactly what the cat did, walked up the driveway. So we would say reincarnation for pets is a huge thing, and it is just as valid as the human experience. And all you have to do is look into the wise eyes of a dog or a cat or even any other pet, bunny, any pet you can think of. They have eyes that are often much wiser than humans. So we'd say how they die, sometimes they come in as a lesson. Maybe they get hit by a car due to your negligence, or maybe they, become ill because maybe you're not paying that enough attention, or they just simply wear out. All pets, especially the ones that are deeply special, will come back to you. So we realize that it's painful to lose a pet. We realize that it's, part of life, but look at it is that I will see them again. And oftentimes it will be in the exact life that they just left. Not have to wait till everybody's, recentered themselves in another life in a human kind of way. In a pet, they can come back in 6 months to a year if they're crafty enough to get their energy in the right place to do that. So we'd say it doesn't matter how a pet dies. If they are connected to you soulfully and you have the belief system that they can return, they will, because they need you to have that focus as well as them trying to get back. And a lot of them do. We've heard from many. And we think the Crawfords have had personal experience with all this. So it's indeed a true thing.
Thank you, Veronica.